so as opposed to just doing what's been done before, we're trying to innovate and trying to test some new things, such as a new gameplay mechanic, these sort of light-based gameplay, but also taking storytelling slightly further in games. So there's a lot of things that we're innovating with this title, and we'll see. Hopefully, I'm very confident myself, but hopefully it'll be well received. But I think it's very much premature to start thinking, what do you do, for dinner when you haven't had the starter salad yet? So you know what I mean? It's like, don't worry about desserts. Maybe you might get ice cream or a chocolate cake, but the salad isn't on the table yet. So let's worry about that first.
Yeah, that's another nice one. Is the lighter power source limited, or you can flashlight everybody?
Well, what did we talk about?
It is a resource. So as you saw in the first the keynote the demo that we showed in the 18 minutes, it was a resource. So I was collecting batteries for my flashlight. So in a state of panic and fear, Wade believes that he can will his light source to burn brighter. So if you imagine a situation where you're in panic and fear, I mean, you really squeeze the flashlight and hope that it would burn brighter. So is that really happening, or is it in his head, or is it just a belief of sort of willing the light source? That's what I'm doing. I'm willing the light source, and I'm kind of boosting it, and that drains the battery.
So as he presses the left trigger, it kind of goes into overdrive or whatever, then you get this effect. And that's when the energy starts draining faster.
Right.
And there's some visual effects as you've seen related to that. So it feels quite intimate, quite nice. But I think with a lot of gameplay and gameplay mechanics, they're better played than explained.
Yeah, definitely. Once you try it, you understand it.
I think we had it with Max Payne.
Exactly.
Trying to explain that you go into slow motion, and some people said in the media,
is that going to be slower or boring?
It's going to be boring because it's slower, and that was the time of Quake 3, and everything was super fast. But if we slow it down like an action movie, then it's going to be boring. No, it won't. And then when we did that, I think people understood when they played it, and I'm hoping that with using light as a gameplay element, once people play it, they get it, and it feels like, okay, why hasn't this been done before? And those are usually the best innovations. Where you kind of go, oh, this is so simple. It should have been done before. But if you do it right, it feels simple and fun.
How many types of weapons?
We haven't disclosed yet all of the weapons, but I mean, at least what we've shown you so far. So we've shown you the revolver, we've shown you a shotgun, we've shown you a flare gun, and flare. There's a lot more. So there's light-based weapons and then there's conventional weapons. But I can't really talk more about it. We haven't disclosed it.
But for this title, it's more about light sources and using light.
Yeah,
well, it's based around.
We have shown you.
I mean, one thing I can give you. I haven't talked too much about it, but one thing I can give you is I feel that the environment itself is a weapon. So within the environment, you can perhaps mana lights are in, and that's a weapon. And the environment itself.
Can you charge it?
So
can you charge it for going with flame?
No. That
just instantly kill everybody.
Yeah, and there's things with we didn't want to go too deeply into that because it has some gameplay ramifications, and there's a good reason to do it in a smart manner, so that's fun. We played around with it. We decided not to do it.
I also noticed when you found the shotgun, you got another flashlight.
Yeah.
All the weapons they come in the combo with a flashlight, or you can choose whatever you like.
So there are different flashlights. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about. I can't talk too much about all of the different types of light sources. But what we've shown you, so Wade had his iconic regular flashlight, and he got at the moment. That's not written in stone yet, but a bigger flashlight, which was obviously more powerful. It had a longer boost, and it was more effective on the taken.
But I think with Wake, as a writer and as a character in a thriller, it's more sort of that you'll have weapons or resources that are credible and natural for that environment. But I mean, you never
for the area.
Yeah, I mean, it would be out of place for Wake to have a rocket propelled grenade. I mean, it's just you're fighting the dark presence. Not.
But it would be really nice for kind of like playing on insane difficulty.
Yeah.
For just like killing everybody's there's not situation. Can you just outrun whole game? Like, not killing like anybody except bosses.
It's not about killing enemies. So it's not about clearing the room or clearing the forest. So you do need to escape on some occasions, but clearly there are situations where you can't run or you can't make it to the next safe haven in time, and you'll be outflanked or the enemies will kind of the artificial intelligence will they'll gang up on them, and
it's a good question. It's a good question, and I mean, sometimes it is better to run than to stay and fight. And again, either utilizing the environment itself to create yourself a momentary safe haven, or by starting a generator to, like we did in the E3 demo, to utilizing the environment, all the resources that you have yourself.
I think the Dark Forest utilized very well.
Yeah.
Like the Lost movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the broken trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great.
Thank you.
How many hours do you need to play for the campaign?
It'll be comparable to other games out there.
10, 12 hours?
I mean, comparable to action games on the market today, and to say an exact time is very difficult because from gamer to gamer experience change. As I said before as well, some people will play the game down the line to people that are really interested in the fiction and want to find the exploration content that's available.
And we're also tweaking and polishing at this phase because the game's been playable from start to finish for a while now. But really, we're just polishing, tweaking, cutting, editing, and those things will and balancing. So a lot of those things will also impact on how long the game is for the average gamer. So at this point, we don't even have a hard figure. And at least for myself, it's interesting to see how we're seeing different gamers play it differently. So like you said, somebody likes to run away, and others like to go more into combat. And usually, when you start asking them questions of what's the last games you've been playing, those